Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Live. We're back. And, sorry I'm late. I had a couple technical things. You know how it is when you haven't touched your stuff in a couple weeks. Things happen. We have a lot of people in chat today. Let me scroll back up a little bit and see. I don't want to miss anybody. Elka's here from Germany. And thank you. I didn't even realize I hit 4,000. Yay. That's pretty awesome. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We have Elka and Angela, Jean, Christine, my awesome moderator and channel member. Thank you. Agnes, another awesome channel member. Denise, Destalou, I think I already said Angela, Connie, Joan, and no, I didn't forget to come home from vacation. I didn't want to come home from vacation, but I didn't forget. Let's see, who else do we have? Carla, and let me scroll down a little bit. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Barb, thank you all for being here. And my normal chat window didn't pop up, so for some reason I've got this other chat window. I hope you are all here and can hear me well and all of that. Of course, we're going to do a Mad Lib today. A regular one, not a Christmas one. And if anybody would like to volunteer to be the word picker, I would greatly appreciate it. How we do this in the chat is I will call out whatever part of speech that we need, and then the volunteer, or you all everybody puts it in, like for an adjective or whatever, you put it in the chat, whatever words you want, and the volunteer will pick one, and that one I will put in the story. I have a lot to talk about, a lot to do today. I have no mail. I have not been to the post office. We got in home like in the middle of the night, Saturday night. So yesterday we were pretty jet lagged and tired. And full disclaimer or whatever, if you see my head hit the desk and I start snoring, the show's over because I fell asleep. But anyway, I'm feeling okay. I'm not really too tired right now. But jet lag is real. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We are at 4,000. I haven't looked to confirm that, but that's what Elka said, so I believe you. That's awesome. And so we will get going on this Mad Lib in a minute. Let's see. Where have I been? In case you don't know, I was gone for 2 weeks. We went to Australia. We flew from Ohio to Michigan to Los Angeles, and then a 14-hour flight from Los Angeles to Sydney, Australia. We were there for 3 or so days in the town. Then we took a cruise for 8 days. And the cruise went to Noumea and then also to Mystery Island and then back to Noumea. So we had 2 sea days. Noumea, Mystery Island, Noumea again, 2 sea days, and then back to Sydney. Beautiful out there. It's amazing. And then we had 1 more day in Sydney, and then we flew home Saturday, and we were awake for 36 hours straight because we did not sleep on the plane because the long flight was during the day. We left there at about 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we headed home from there, and I watched a million movies on the plane, stuff like that. So anyway, that was my exciting adventure. I will put some pictures. I did already put some pictures in the Facebook group, but as I go through them, I will put more. All right. Oh, Desta, yeah, we didn't have to spend the night at LAX, which is good. We were there, our layovers each time were about 5 hours. And I was able to cross California off of my list of states that I have been to. I have been to now all of the continental United States except for Oregon. So I need to make a trip to Oregon. But I've been to all of the other continental United States. Have not been to Alaska or Hawaii or Oregon. I have been to Puerto Rico, but I've not been to Guam, and I've not been to the U.S. Virgin Islands. So I have to do all of those as well. And then everywhere else. I had the long flight, which was to Australia. Every other flight now is going to be short in my eyes. Because 13 hours, 13 on the way back, 14 on the way there, something like that. That makes everything else seem short. And I've discovered a couple things about the food in Australia. The flavors are way different than what we have here. Things are spicier, I think. Like the Mexican restaurant, the ground beef was way spicier than our ground beef here. The pepperoni on pizza was a lot spicier. Things aren't as sweet. They have delicious ketchup. They call it tomato sauce. And it is so good. It tastes like homemade ketchup. So good. I love it. And then this scorched peanut bar. If you guys ever find one of these, and if you like peanut brittle, it is so good. It's scorched peanuts in caramelized toffee with a rich chocolatey coating. So good. I brought 2 of these home and 2 bags of the small pieces home. That's not enough. I need like at least a dozen of those, and that's what we have. Oh, it's tomato sauce in New Zealand as well. Okay. It's a lot thinner than like Heinz or Hunt's ketchup that we have here. And it has a, almost a nutmeg flavor to it, or not really cinnamon, but kind of a nutmeggy flavor. Oh, it's really good. It has a really neat flavor. On the cruise ship, I tried to get like French fries, or chips, as you would call them there. Because I wanted the ketchup or the tomato sauce. Do you have these, Christine, these scorched peanut bars in New Zealand? I think it's a product of Australia, it says. Yeah, made in Australia. Oh, I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, it's made in Australia, but you probably have them. The one on the cruise ship, Christine, had a funny name, the brand. Something House, I think. It was probably like the restaurant brand. Like here we have Cisco, things like that make food service stuff. And their mustard said mild American mustard instead. Like here we call it yellow mustard, but they called it mild American mustard, which I think is funny. I don't know if that's a thing in New Zealand. I would imagine it's very similar, Christine, to you. Your stuff is probably very similar to Australia. Sutton House or something like that was the name brand of the ketchup. I have a picture of it in my phone, but all right, so let's go ahead and start the Mad Lib. We don't have a volunteer. I can try to keep up as best I can and pick the words. If anyone does want to volunteer, please feel free to just type volunteer in the chat. Let's see. We'll start out with needing an adjective, and let's start with 2 adjectives. American mustard. I thought that was funny when they called it American mustard, because of course we don't call it American mustard here. We just call it mustard or yellow mustard. So that made me laugh when I saw that American mustard bottles. These are a new pair of scissors that Todd got for me. I lost my good Teflon scissors on the airport, in the airport on the way back, the TSA or whatever they call the airport security in Australia allows scissors if they are blunt and less than 6 centimeters, and mine fit that description. Thank you, Agnes. You are the best. You are awesome. Mine fit that description, but it's up to the agent to determine if they will go or not, because mine had a rounded edge. They were not sharp, and they were less than 6 centimeters. Todd's were similar to these, so his were pointy, so his would have gotten taken away anyway. He had a pair of peacock scissors, but these kind of look like, they remind me of a bird, but he gave me these. He ordered a whole pack of a bunch of them. But of course I could not take these home from Australia because they are definitely too pointy. These you can have in the US. They don't care about them being pointy, but the blade has to be less than 5 inches. So I ordered a whole new set of a bunch of Teflon scissors, and I'm going to order, if I have to go overseas again, I'm going to order child scissors that are very, very rounded, you know, the little kitty kind that are plastic and rounded, whatever. You know, I don't know, Destalu. This woman took out this bin because I said, but they're a rounded tip. I said, they're blunt. And she didn't care. But she took out this bin about as big as this Mad Lib book. Thicker, you know, taller though, full of scissors. She had scissors of all sizes. She had stuff, there were ones like this, which of course the blade is too long on them. These are too pointy. And of course these are pointy. I don't have obviously the other scissors I had, but they do have a very dull, almost a squared off rounded tip. But she had a ton of scissors in there, and I'm laughing. I'm going, those are going to be on eBay. I should look on eBay and see if anybody in Australia is selling scissors, like by the dozen. I don't know what they do with them. There were a full bin, and she got 2 new pair. She says, I've been collecting scissors all day. And I'm like, yeah, you took my scissors. I'm like, I'm not. She's like, you could stab somebody with this. She opens them like this, and she's like, you know, you could stab somebody with these. And I'm like... I don't know. I'd have to push pretty hard to get that blade to go in somebody. But okay, I'm not going to argue with security. That's the last thing I want to do is argue with security. But I'm like, those are my good scissors. And I only took them because they were small and they were blunt. That's why I took that particular pair rather than, you know, like these, because these are a little pointier. But that's okay. I ordered new ones, and I'll order children's blunt, silly scissors for the next time I fly overseas. In the US, these are fine. I started working on this Woobles kit while we were on the cruise ship. I didn't get very far. First time I ever crocheted. I'm going to tell you, I don't think I'm a fan of crocheting. It's just not for me. I don't think. It comes with like the eyeballs. They let me take this tapestry needle. I could stab someone much harder with this tapestry needle. Todd had a whole thing of tapestry needles, and he was able to keep that. It comes with stuffing, and I think Todd gave me this crochet hook because I think this is the one it came with. It comes with the yarn. And here's another tapestry needle. This one has quite a point. That is more dangerous than the scissors that I took. I'm telling you. I didn't want to point that out to her because then she would take away my tapestry needles. Anyway, this is as far as I got. It comes with these stitch markers. I have the instructions on my iPad and some sort of a stitch counter. And I know my stitches are probably terrible. Don't look at my mistakes. But that's what I have so far. And I'm getting ready to start another row. This yarn is like, in case you've ever wondered about these Woobles kits, it's kind of like a t-shirt material. It doesn't come apart in plies like regular yarn, so it's really easy to work with because your crochet hook isn't going to go in between the plies of yarn. So that's pretty cool. And I wanted to show you a finished product. This is one that Todd made. He made a bunch of them. And it has an accessory. You can make these extra little things for him. He's got this party hat. And I took it off. I'll never get it back on. This is Fred the dinosaur, I think. But anyway, that's one that Todd made. I'm making this pig. And I'm not so sure. I think it's hard too, Desta. It's like, because the first row, you got to do these increases, and that's fine if you do the same thing around, right? You do these increases. You got to count every stitch, make sure you have exactly the right number going around your circle. And then some of them you do an increase, which is 2 single crochets and 1 hole. And then the next one you do a regular. And then the next one you do an increase. And then so you have to keep track. And then there was one where you do an increase and 2 regulars. So you have to like count and keep track. I had to take a piece of paper and count, which ones were going to be my increase. And it's a lot to keep track of. If you could just do rows back and forth, like for a scarf or a blanket, I think it would be easier. Yes, the stitch markers, these little stitch markers are really awesome. I use them to mark the first stitch on my next row, and then I put it in the loop. This came with 3 and I didn't want to lose one of them, so I just put both of them in my next working loop. And I always made sure I went around a complete round before I stopped, because if I stopped in the middle of one, there's no way. Yes, Christine, that would be, because there's so many different sizes and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. I have to do a complete round before I stop. So I didn't do it on the plane. I didn't do it in the airport because I really need it set up, and I really need to count and pay attention to what I'm doing. I can't do it. I think I have ADHD, and I can't do it if there's any distractions. So, but we did it on the cruise ship, and it is fun. I like to have something to work my hands with. But then I would notice my hand would, cramp a little bit because I'm sure I was holding things too tight and whatever. But I'll finish the pig before I decide I don't like crocheting. But I'm not sure that I like crocheting. I have one other project I want to make, though. And that will come out in the future. But I have to finish this pig first at some point in my life. I'm going on another cruise in October, so maybe it'll get done in October. I don't know. All right, you guys. Agnes, my awesome volunteer, can you please pick me a one of the adjectives, please? And then if you want to keep a running list of them like Angela does, doesn't matter. However you want to do it. And then... or pick me 2 adjectives, and we'll start with that. We need plenty more. So also, if you put an adjective in chat and she doesn't pick it for this first round, feel free to use the same word again. Use different words. It's all good. It's all good. What else have I got for news? Nothing. That's it. We came back. Picked up Jonah and Crichton. Yes, you can hear him being very noisy from the vet today. We board them at the vet. They love Crichton. And he's been making some new sounds, so who knows what he's going to talk about tonight. But we always say that he has his girlfriends at the vet. Desta says that's how you make hats. My group does 150 to donate to local elementary schools every year. That's really cool, Desta. When I was an oncology nurse, I worked at a chemo you know, place that did chemo and stuff. And a lot of the ladies would lose their hair, obviously. And they made hats, all kinds of really cool hats. And we had volunteers that made them, and they brought them in. And then the ladies could just come and pick a hat for free, or 2 or 3 hats, whatever we had. Some people made little pillows, things like that for the people undergoing chemo. It was pretty awesome. Some of the hats they made with that eyelash yarn, if you know what I'm talking about. It's the yarn with the little fingers sticking out of it. And, well, not real fingers, but, you know, yarn fingers. And it looked like hair, and those were really fun. I did get a crafting kit on the cruise ship. I didn't make it there, though. I just walked up, took it, and left. So some of this is my stuff. Some of it is the crafting kit. This is mine. This is mine. Oh, yes, fancy scarves for sure. These are mine. This is what I got from the cruise ship. It is this kit to make an ornament, and I thought we would craft it together. They give you these wood pieces and these stickers. They give you this adhesive. I don't think you can see it, but it's like a semicircle piece of adhesive. I think these are like glue dots, little mini balloon dots, actually, or glue dots. And then there was this piece, this plastic dome, but I don't think you can tell on camera. It cracked. It got crushed in my suitcase. I thought I packed it really well, but apparently not. And it cracked. So I have a different idea to use other than the dome. So let's see. Agnes picked likely and tiresome. Okay. I picked one way in the back of the book. All right. It's hard to open the book to this page. Likely and tiresome. All right. Now, the next thing we need is a type of liquid. So put a type of liquid in the chat, and Agnes will pick it for you. All right. So they did have these directions. They wouldn't let you take the paper, but they wanted you to take a picture of the directions. And that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And then it shows you how to take the pieces apart and put it together. But I think I could figure it out. I think there were supposed to be more directions, but Angela, I knew Angela would say something like that. Where's Anne with her kid ideas? They would have said urine too. So we have all these wood pieces. Oh, and instead of this dome, I took a piece of acetate and I used a die cut and made this circle. It's hard to see on camera, but the die cutter would not cut it. It just bent it. So I cut it with scissors where it creased it. So it'll work because the edges will be hidden, so it can be cut with scissors. So we have this and these wood pieces. So I'm going to start by putting this circle down in the center of this wooden piece. Try to get it as best I can in the center. That's pretty close. So we have that. And then I'm going to take this piece out. Let's get rid of this. I should have gotten a nail file or something. Sandpaper. I think I have a nail file. Let's see if I could get this out without breaking the wood. There we go. All right. I have this little nail file. I usually use these emery boards to sand anything like that. They work well. This is a 320 grit. It just happened to be, I use this one actually for my nails. It happened to be handy on my desk. I meant to get a more coarse one out, but that's okay. I just want to get these rough edges off where they were stuck together. All right, so we have that. That fits pretty good. Yep, that'll work. So we have that. And all of these stars and hearts, and then these pieces here. I think I do want to use the funnel. And this. And this. Well, there goes that piece. That's just the background, so it's okay. And the palm tree. All right. I'm just getting like the rough pieces where they're attached off. So we don't have any splinters. I was very disappointed that in Australia, there are no kangaroos just roaming the streets. I was hoping there'd be, kangaroos hopping around all over the place, but apparently not. I was wrong. We did go to 2 zoos, a small zoo and a larger zoo. And the one zoo was very hilly. Everything, no matter where you went in the zoo, was uphill, both ways. Okay. And Agnes, can you pick me one of those liquids, please? All right, let's see. We have this funnel. This is the carnival funnel. And I will put it on this. Let's see if I can line it up. Yeah, that's what I asked the lady at the zoo where I could find some. And she said you'd have to take the train out of the city. We did not do that to go find any. I wanted to, but I don't think Todd was up for taking an hour train ride out of the city just to see kangaroos. We did look, there is this botanical gardens near where we stayed. We stayed in the Rocks district, if any of you are familiar. And there is this botanical garden right there. Humongous garden. I could not walk it in a day. And there's supposed to be cockatoos there in the afternoon. And they come down and they'll land on your arms, people say, and whatever. We did not see any cockatoos there. We went there twice. We went there early in the afternoon the first day. And then we went later in the afternoon because the thing said later. And a lady told me you might see them near dusk. Well, the park, it's really funny. The park closes at 5:30. We were there like at 5, and there is this guy in this golf cart. He rides around the park and yells at people to get out because they're closing. It was very funny. At least I thought it was funny. So much for a peaceful park. I don't know if I said it already. Agnes, if you could pick me a one of the liquids, I'll put it in the story. Oh, there you go. I just need one of them. Just one liquid. Let me know which one. You said peach tea first. So maybe I'll go with peach tea. All right. This is All Aboard. And this one says for the holidays. Oh, and the reason it's for the holidays, the crew or the ship had a Christmas theme. They had their Christmas tree up. We had Grinchmas. So it was like Christmas in July, even though it was August. Okay, I'll do peach tea. Peach tea. Okay, and then we need another adjective, and this time let's do 3 adjectives. All right, I like this sailing in the river and this All Aboard for the holidays. Oh, and they also give you they had there a bunch of, stuff like this glitter and stuff. Of course, I did not take that. They were like all there that you could use on the spot. So, but I have these. I have some sequins in blues and stuff, and I thought I would add them to this. So we have this All Aboard for the holidays. I'm going to kind of copy their thing. We have some snowflakes that are raised up, and 2023 is in the background. So let's put that down. All right. I just want to kind of see where it would go. Let's go with here, 22. Oh. And 23. Okay. And of course it's winter there. The temperatures, the weather was beautiful. For us, it was beautiful. It was 60s and 70s during the day and down to like 50s at night. So it was not bad at all. I enjoyed it very much. And let's see, they have one of these dark stickers. Oh, I only have 2 of those. All right. Let's do one of these. Here, kind of. And that'll go kind of like that. That'll work. All right, so I have that All Aboard. And then these 2, I think I will raise up on some of these circles. Where did I put my thing? Here it is. And we will also need more adjectives later, so let's see if I can get this sticker off. Got one there. Put one. There. We'll put this kind of in the middle. I'm just kind of laying them here to see where we are. All right. so we kind of have that all aboard for the holidays. I will leave it like that. Kind of make those off center a little bit. That I could put on the back maybe. Yeah, I think I'll put this carnival and this and the other funnel on the back. Okay. This will go on top. Whoops. Like this. But I have to raise it up. Otherwise, it will not allow for the things, the shaker box inside. Let's take that little piece out. They had some twine there. I did not stay and wait for them to cut the twine and stuff. I just took the stuff and ran. Not really ran, but I left because I didn't want to make it. I wanted to bring it home. And you were only allowed to take one per person. So I'm going to use what they gave me here and use it to adhere this acetate that I cut out to the back of this. I have to decide what I want the front and the back to be. Let's put that as the back. Let's see. Hold my tongue just right to get this to line up. Okay. Get my bone folder. You guys put some adjectives in the chat. I need 3, so you could put several if you want, 3 or more. This is nice rounded adhesive, actually. I kind of like this. Let me know in the chat if you have ever been to Australia, or where the farthest away from home is that you've been. Australia is definitely the farthest away from home I've been. What is really funny is on the cruise ship. Now, normally we take Carnival cruises all the time. And, you know, we are American, and most people are American. On the cruise ship, most of the people were Australian. And until I taught or I talked, nobody really thought anything of us. And then we talked, and then they look at us and they're like, "Are you from America? Are you from the States? Where are you from?" So we were the foreigners because of our accent, I guess. To them we have an accent. To us we don't. They have an accent. So anyway, we were like the novelty. Everybody thought it was cool. And they're like, "You came all the way to Australia?" Okay, so there we have this one here ready to go, the topper ready to go on here. And I need to now raise the edge of this up. I have these pieces of foam tape. It has to be thicker. I'm going to need a double layer. I also have this foam tape. And of course, I don't have my Teflon scissors when I need them. And I don't know where my other titanium scissors are. Oh, here's a pair. These I think are titanium. I'm going to have to do a double layer. Let's see if this will work. Maybe not. I'm going to put them on here. Yeah, this will work. This may take a while, you guys. All right. This is going to be too wide. I'll have to cut these into thirds. I'll see if it works with just one layer, so I don't have to do it twice. Sweden. Oh, wow. We've never been to Sweden or Europe. The furthest I've been, of course, is the Australia, which is almost directly around the world from here. You know, halfway around the world. We've been to cruises. This first time I've been to the southern hemisphere. And, you know, this cruise was of the South Pacific. It was quite cool. We did not see any pirates. I'm throwing things around. My little piece of foam tape flew and it got stuck to my scissors, and I picked it up and then the scissors flew. In case you're wondering what that was all about. Your son has developed quite the American accent, but people there don't notice it. Yeah. But I bet when he comes back. And in America, we all have different accents. Of course, we have, you know, the New York accent and the Southern accent, Midwest. I don't think, of course, I guess you never think you have an accent. I don't think I have an accent, but apparently when I go to Australia, everybody thinks I have an accent. It was really funny. It was all the time, like at dinner and stuff. People were always like, where are you from? As soon as you said anything, are you from the States? Right, we have the different dialects here. And then we do use different words, like soda versus pop. You know, things like that. Depending on where we live. And I know other countries also have different dialects as well for different, you know, languages. It's not unique to the States to have a different dialect. I'm trying to think if that will work. Yeah, I think just one layer is going to work. And then we will glue these things down. Here's the glue dots that they gave me. I will put a couple on the back of the funnel. Possibly. You call it fizzy. Oh, you know what's very interesting about something to drink there? Lemonade is they call Sprite, or a very lemony carbonated beverage. In Australia, they call that lemonade. Todd ordered one at the restaurant, a lemonade, and he's like, this is like soda. This is like a Sprite. It's more sour, I think, than Sprite. It's not as sweet, but it was carbonated. And then they also had a drink called Solo, which is more like what we would call lemonade here in the States. It was not carbonated. And we kind of like almost a Mountain Dew flavor, sort of, but it's not carbonated. All right. And then, Agnes, if you could pick me 3 of those adjectives, I'll put them in the story. And then on the ship, they had dispensers where they have, if you've ever been on a cruise ship, they have, iced tea and lemonade generally. Here they had iced tea lemonade, which is a typical American lemonade, which is not carbonated. And lemon squeeze, which is a very strong, very sour lemonade. It almost tasted like a lemonade concentrate. It was not carbonated. It was quite good. Lemon squeeze. I think it was too lemony for me, too tart to drink much of. I did have the Bubbles package, the soda package. So I mostly had soda, but every so often we would get tea or lemonade from the buffet because it was easier. You didn't have to go to a bar to get it. And I tried the lemon squeeze, and it was so tart. I looked up the recipe for lemon squeeze, and it is like a lemon concentrate. All right, so our adjectives are zealous, mossy, and snotty. Okay. Zealous, mossy, and snotty. Okay, the next word we need is an adverb. We just need one, but you could put more than one in the chat, but we will just need one for the story. Coke Zero is very popular there. Almost every place we went to had Coke Zero. Unlike here in the States, it's much harder to find. Most of the time, you get offered Diet Coke rather than Coke Zero. All right, so we have this. I just want to make sure it's going to fit on there. It will. So that's what that's going to look like. I think it's kind of cute. And I'm going to take all of these sticky pieces off while you guys are putting your adverbs in. Trying to think what else was very different there. Let me know if you guys can think of something, if you know the differences. They call elevators lifts. Oh, the bathrooms are all called toilets. We hardly ever say toilet here. I mean, we use the word toilet, but it's usually called, restroom or bathroom. Yes, Mama V, I am back. Welcome in. And we are looking for an adverb. So put that in the chat for the Mad Lib. I'm trying to peel off the backing on this foam tape. This is crazy. I'm not having good luck. Let's see. See if this knife will help. The reason I am late is my overhead light, the one over here, has a short in the switch. And it'll turn on, but if I touch the switch, it turns itself off. And I have to turn it on and then turn it down to the second to lowest setting. And while you're doing that, it turns itself off. And then when you turn it back on again, it is on the brightest setting. I made Todd come in and do it. He got it to work. I was very frustrated. So that took probably at least 5 minutes. So I'm ordering a new light to go over here. I haven't ordered it yet, but I will. I was going to do that today, but I forgot. So hopefully by next Monday, my new light will be here and I won't have that problem. I switched it. It was over there, which that light that makes that's my light that I use all the time. And it was so bad it wouldn't work, so I put it over, I switched them so it wasn't my everyday light. And I really only use it when I'm crafting or when I'm making a video. So anyway, I need to buy, I'm just going to order probably 2 new lights. The arms that they're on that holds them overhead are still fine. It's just the light, the cord. One thing that is really awesome about Australia, we stayed near a place called Circular Quay. It's spelled Quay. But they have awesome, wonderful public transportation. They have buses, trains, and ferry boats. So we did a lot of ferry boating around just for fun. And we took a train for a joyride. We took a train over the Harbor Bridge because we wanted to go over it. We went under it on the ferries and over it on the train. Let's see, what else did we do? We did a bus tour. That was an excursion after we got off the cruise ship. It was nice because they stored our luggage all day. Because we went to the hotel at the airport at the end of the day, and we were able to take the train to the hotel, which was quite nice. I keep thinking I'm at the end, but I'm not. I have a million more of these backings to peel off. All right. And Agnes, if you could pick me an adverb, I will put it in the story. I just need one adverb. All right. Okay, 2 more of these things to peel off. This is harder than it looks. You would think it's easy to peel these backings off. They don't come off very easily. There we go. Nope, that just peeled. The paper rips off of itself instead of completely off. And if I wanted it to do that, it would never do that. All right, so then I need to put some stuff down. Do I want to do it this way and put this down? Yeah, I think I will do it that way. Maybe I'll put it down on here. I'm going to do this clumsily. I was thinking that I do things clumsily. Okay, and then we need a plural noun. We need 2 plural nouns. No, 3 plural nouns. So put 3 plural nouns in the chat. I'm going to put the stuff right on this one here, because that way I can control where it lands. and kind of make sure it gets evenly dispersed. All right. Yes, Mama V, I went to Australia, to the land down under, and I have had that song stuck in my head. I've been singing the Men at Work song. You know, we didn't hear it that much while we were there. I expected to hear it much more. I don't know if it's a popular thing there or not. If it's as popular as I think it should be. They have a lot of the same music we do here. Kangaroos. We saw koala bears at the zoo, or I should say koalas. I don't think they're actually bears, are they? Are they koala bears or just koalas? This blue matches better. But we did see those at the zoo. Oh, we did see cockatoos in the wild, sort of. They were at the zoo. They were not in an exhibit. They were just flying overhead like regular birds in the wild, like visiting the zoo. So that, I think, counts as being in the wild, since they were not an exhibit at the zoo. And I used to have an umbrella cockatoo named Snoopy. So I was very excited for cockatoos. Okay, so I have all of these sparkly bits. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to have this up at the top. And I'm going to lean it. I'm going to bring this down a little bit out of screen, but I want to make sure I line this up right. There we go. And then I can push it down. There we go. And then we have all of those bits and pieces in there. Some are stuck over that 23, but that's okay. So we have all of those neat pieces, and I didn't actually line it up very good at the top here, but we're going to pretend it's fine. The inside looks lined up, and when it's hanging on the tree, I don't think you'll notice. Oh, I forgot to put this in, but that's okay. It's got plenty other stuff in it. And then on the back, I could put, where's my stickers? Carnival. At the bottom. I got this extra little funnel. Put that on the back. There we go. I don't know if I want to put this palm tree. Yeah, I might as well put the palm tree on the back. Because it's there. I have it. I mean, I could save it for something else, but you know. Put that there. We did get to see the Southern Cross constellation. I took a pretty good picture of it from the cruise ship, and we also saw the Milky Way pretty good. There we go. So we have that. I'll put the rest of this aside. I guess I'll save these shapes, these wood shapes, because they could be used for something else. I guess it could have gone like over here. Yeah, you're right. It could have gone there. but it's pretty stuck down on the back. But that's okay. It's there now. I didn't see it quickly enough. There's a delay with YouTube, and it takes quite a while from what I say to see your comments. Your comments, I think, I don't know if it's an 8-second or 18-second or something like that delay, but there is a delay. But anyway, there we go. That would have looked good on the outside of the front, but at least it's pretty on the back as well. Because I don't think, oh, I could probably pry it off. Maybe over here. No, it'll cover up the 2023. I'm just going to leave it on the back, because it will cover up the date. Yeah, plural nouns, Desta. 2 of them. 3 of them. Whatever I said. I'll have to look. I don't remember. So anyway, there we have that. I think that came out pretty cute. And I can put a hanger on it. And it'll go on the Christmas tree. We keep our Christmas tree up all year, and we always get Christmas ornaments wherever we go on vacation. We did not get a Christmas ornament of the ship. They did not have one. So this will be our Christmas ornament from the ship. And I will write on here with permanent marker on the back. I'll put the ship's name and the date. All right. Yeah, we need 3. I think it's 3. Let me check. Plural nouns. 1, 2, 3. 3 plural nouns. And now we're off to making some Christmas cards. I will set this aside. I'll put it in my adhesive drawer, because a lot of this is just a sheet of double-sided adhesive, but there are 2 more of the semicircles, and that would be really good for another shaker at some time. You know, you guys, I've had this set of all of these Christmas cards out on my desk forever. Look at this one. I have a kangaroo. We're going to have to do the kangaroo. It's going to have to happen. Let's see. I think I'll do the dark blue. 5x7, and I forgot to cut new 5x7 card bases. So we are going to have to use what I have. This was not sent to me. This was sent to someone else, but look at how cute they did the inside. Very cool. And this card is kind of big, so I'm going to cut down as much as I can and see if I can get it to fit on the front of a 5x7. Oh, I can take quite a bit off the bottom. All right. Oh, yes, it'll work. Take a little bit off of this side. All right, it will work. And you probably can't tell very much, but that's about how much of a border I have left. And I could even cut it a little more because I want some of the paper I put under it to show. Yeah. Okay. That'll work. And what do we have for a sentiment? Oh, it's a very Aussie Christmas and New Year. I have to have it say that. Even though there's that little stamp there. I can't do much to cut that stamp off, and I can't leave too much of it on because the other words get in the way. So I had to be careful the way I got rid of that. Okay, we got it. Let's see, Agnes. Pantaloons, kangaroos, and dolphins. All right. Let's see. I love the first one. This is making me laugh. Kangaroos. And dolphins. Okay. The next thing we need is an adjective. Let's do 2 adjectives this time. Now this card has some red foil on it. So let's see what I have in my paper cart for foil. I think I have foil paper. I mean, I know I do. I just have to figure out where it is. Okay, I found it. I think it's in here, the foils. Maybe not. I am wrong. Where are my foils? Where would you be if you were foils? Let's see if I have foil paper in this red thing. I do have a piece of red foil in there. Okay, excellent. I'll have to go this way. I think I will keep it on the, yeah, that works. I will keep the red foil. It looks really good. Thank you, Angela. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do click on the subscription button, the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Get my mini mat. And of course, I'm going to do some cutting. And guess what I'm going to cut? I'm going to cut his pouch and stick stuff in it. Or her pouch, I guess. I don't know. The kangaroo's pouch. There we go. And I just made a little cut there to open up the pouch. And I will stick a little piece of foam, I think, underneath that pouch. Just to kind of help it pop up a little bit. I think kind of like down there. Maybe closer to the pouch. Kind of in the middle of it. There. Okay. I will stick this down to the paper here. I want the top of this to stick, the top of the pouch to the present that's in the pouch to stick to the back of the paper. And I'm not going to do that adhesive, release that adhesive back behind that. I want it to be free to move as I stick stuff in the pouch. And let's just stick this down. So I put adhesive here on where the present is, behind the present, and that little piece of foam tape to kind of help hold the pouch open. And we need a couple of adjectives. If you guys want to put your adjectives in the chat, put like 2 of them. You could put more than 2 if you want. So there we have that. I think that looks pretty good. Is this big enough? Oh yes, look at that. Perfecto. And I know Mama V also mentioned that song, Tie Me Kangaroo Down. That is a great Australian song. Love that song. I think that was from Dr. Demento. Do you guys remember Dr. Demento? If I'm right, maybe it is. I seem to think that's where it's from. Let me know if you guys know differently. I almost cut my finger off. I almost cut my thumb off. Okay, that would not have been good to do on live. It's to cut my thumb off. Okay, Angela. You can repeat. Yeah, repeat some of your favorites. You are welcome to do so. You can recycle ones that you put in that haven't been used, or if you see someone else put one in that you really liked earlier, put it in again. You can borrow somebody else's. We share. Let's share some adjectives or whatever it is that I said we need. Is it adjectives? I think it's adjectives. We're going to need more even after this, so. All right. So here we have this cute kangaroo with a pouch of gifts. And you know, I have to put something inside his pouch. Oh, I have a candy cane. Have it come sticking out of the pouch. What else do I have? I was hoping to have little gifts. I always want little gifts, but I don't really have them often. Here's a green stocking. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they are, as long as they are sticking out of the pouch a little bit. What are you owing, Angela? All right. Let's put this here. Yes, the dog story. Oh, is there a part 2 to the dog story? Oh, I hope there is. Let's get some. I'm going to put a little glue on this, the back of this. You know we want your part 2. I kind of put that so it sticks out over his arm. Get the excess glue off. And then there are these little balls. I could have one stick out. Let's get a red one. Kind of have that, the ornament sticking out. Oh no, are you okay? I hope you didn't get hurt. Okay, Agnes, I will take those 2. All right. Amorous, let's see, adjective. And grubby. All right. And then the next thing we need are nouns. We need 2 nouns. So we have the pouch with some stuff coming out of it, which is quite cute. I love that. I did not think to do that before, so I'm glad I thought of it now. Let's see, I could probably put a snowflake in the sky, even though it probably doesn't snow where kangaroos are. Does it snow where kangaroos are, you guys? It did not snow when we were there. It was never near cold enough. But there are snowflakes on the card. Where's my snowflakes? That's kind of big. Let's see. I have some smaller ones. These are large. They would take up too much room. Here, I got a couple of these guys. Put one there. And one over here. Okay. There we go. We got some snowflakes and the really cool presents in the pouch. All right. Let's see. Oh, I have another idea for a card. Remember these guys? Since we're doing shaker cards, I thought I could make this open window into a shaker using the back of this as the back. So what I could do is I'm going to cut the back of this card off. Oh, I think I might try something different. Hold on just a second. I'm going to do a different kind of shaker. I have these. Yes, that will work. This is part of a packet from a baseball card sleeve pocket, and these come in sheets with 9 of these sleeves, 9 of these, so this is the third of a sheet. I'm going to make a little pocket on here so I don't have to take this card apart, and I'm going to do it for both of them. Since I have 2 of these cards, I don't think neither one is signed. So very cool. Okay. I saw this earlier when I was trying to find my acetate to make the other thing, and I did not think of it. So I'm going to cut off one so that way 3 sides are attached and just the top is open. So it's just a clear pocket. And then I will cut this other one into a clear pocket, which means I have to cut this end off that has the holes that you would put in, for the rings of a binder. And I will cut this side. So then this piece is your scrap piece that you could use for something else. I'm not sure what, but you have these 2 little pockets. Let me cut this one a little closer. Okay, so I have that. Oh, I have to see this. What is this TMI? All right, so Angela says, I think my foot hit the top of the sidewalk and then I was down, embarrassing. Then Ivy proceeded to sit on me. My right knee hit the sidewalk, so I got a bit of a scuff below where I banged it. Yikes. Up when I fell in my driveway. I think that was in December. I'm on a roll. And on the TMI side of it, I'm of an age where, a little extra happened in the process. We'll use our imagination for that. That's funny. Actually, it's not funny if it's happening to you. It's funny to us that it happened to you, but not funny to you. So I have these sequins out. Here's what the card looks like. We have some blues in there. So let's see. That blue I think will go nicely. That green would also go nicely. I could put some of that blue. Let's see what else we have. We have pink. I'll take that blue away. And I will put some of this, a couple of the pinks. And I have silver. And I'll put a little bit of silver. I'll put those 4 colors in. That'll be good. I think they will go well with the cards. So let's see if I can open these. That's funny, Angela. Poor Angela. I love your stories, though. I'm just going to put just a spattering pinch of these. I'll put a little bit more blue in each one. And you can use whatever you have. Sequins, glitter, just about anything. That fake snow. I like the sequins in these flat ones because they kind of stay put. They stick to the sides and stay put. Yes, do the pelvic floor exercises. Especially if you have ever had children, as you get older, you need to be doing those exercises. Because I think your pelvic floor then becomes weaker. All right. And Agnes, if you could pick me, let's see, 2 of the nouns, I will put those in the story. This one I have to cut open. You never had those kids, you mean? I never had kids either. So I don't have that excuse. Barbecue rib and hazelnut. Somebody's hungry. Okay. I cannot write. Okay. And then I need 2 more adjectives. See, I told you we'd need more adjectives. A couple more adjectives. And then that's the last of the adjectives. When are we having a meet? That's a good question. We should plan something. A meet and greet in Central Ohio. Or Southern Ohio, or whatever. Wherever I happen to be. I need a meet and greet planner. If anybody wants to volunteer to be the planner of the meet and greet, let me know. Okay, I've got 3 colors. I'm going to put some silver in just to kind of neutralize these colors. I have a piece of paper stuck under my chair, if you can hear it rattling around. Oh, I see what it is. Let me get that out of the way. There we go. As long as it's not bubble wrap under my chair. All right. Some silvers. There's this weird, odd silver piece, probably from when it die cut out the sequins. It was a leftover piece. You're right. Nurses hold it all day too. All right. I have to get rid of these silver ones. Well, that is going to make a mess all over my hand. Yeah, we should figure out when to do a meet and greet. Probably not in the winter. I'll have to figure something out. All right. Then this will go right behind there. Yep. And let's see what it's going to look like on the inside. How big is it going to be? That is good. About like that. Oops. Okay. Fold that over. And I'm going to cut it and then tape it halfway. Trim the top a little bit. Try not to cut my thumb off this time. Okay. Let's do that again. And one nice long piece of tape halfway. There we go. There's that one. And that one. Trim these excess pieces of tape. That other card doesn't have an excess. Get these pieces off of my finger. All right, and we're down to 2 adjectives. Yeah, there would be crafts going on. All right, I'm going to now put some double stick tape around the hole. And then put this down on top of that. Oops, I put it upside down, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. So we have that. And then let's do this one. Same thing. I like doing 2 at once. And put this down over the hole. So then that's how it looks on the outside. You open it up, you have that. And just to make the inside decorative, let's do some tape. And this one, I will use this color tape. I don't know about a craft fair. We would just do our own thing. We would just make our own craft fair. Like Angela said, just do our own. Oops. No actual fair. Yeah. Just be a craft meetup, a meet and greet, and like a make and take and stuff like that. Everybody bring like a bunch of Christmas cards to recycle, some craft supplies if you want. Stuff like that. Make it however we want it. I know some other craft groups have done get-togethers like that. And let's see, I got one more side here to do. No actual fair, yeah. Right. But it would be fun, that's for sure. All right, so then we have that for the inside, just to kind of spruce it up. I'll do a different color on this card. Let's see, let's get rid of this. That's stuck all over my table. All right, and Agnes picked Fantastic and Pimply. Okay. And then the last word we need is a part of the body. Let's go with like a pink, maybe. I have this color. That'll work. This matches better. Correct, Destaloo. They do. I do know a place that's sort of local to me. Might be about an hour from me. It's local to where I used to live, and it is a men's club. I think it's a men's club. It's not like an adult men's club. It's kind of like a big church room. I think it's attached to a church. Maybe it is attached. It's next door to a church. Anyway, we've had graduation parties there and wedding receptions and, different things in the family. And I do not think it's very expensive to rent. I will have to check with my family member that is affiliated or knows the people and see about renting it, how much it is, and if they still even rent it out. We've done bridal showers there. It's just a huge room, and it would be perfect for the size crowd that I think would come. But it's not near a hotel. That's the only problem. So maybe that's not going to work because everybody then would have to drive. Never mind. That might not be an idea. That would be a cheap alternative. I will have to do my research. You guys are coming up with really good body parts. I will do my research and see what I can find locally. You're right, though. A lot of the times hotels charge a lot of money for their rooms, like a convention room. But there's sometimes hotels have a more, I guess you could say, a meager meeting room, not quite a convention room. The men's club would be perfect, or whatever it's called. That room is perfect. Sometimes you can rent like a house, like a Airbnb type thing that has a big, it's made for like crafting retreats and stuff. Those tend to be expensive too, though. We'll have to see what we can come up with. If you guys know of anything, send me a message on Facebook Messenger or send me an email. And if you send an email, title it like Craft Retreat or something like that. So here we go. We have these 2 cards all glittered up. I think that came out really cute. There, and those are, I'm going to leave them that way. That's how they're going to be. I'm not going to do anything else. And then they would just go in an envelope. And then, let's see, Agnes, if you want to pick me one of those body parts, I will put it in the story, and then I'll read the story. I think his name is Fred, the dinosaur. He's so cute. Todd has made a whole bunch of these. He has a whole shelf of these little animals. Very, very cool. All right, let's see. What do we have today? Oops, I didn't mean to knock my microphone. I hope that wasn't too loud. We hardly made anything today. We have this guy. And then these 2, oh, we do have this ornament. And I dropped something. We have the ornament. It's got that on the back. Larynx. Okay. Excellent. Let me know which is your favorite. I, of course, like the ornament and that. I like these too. Today was shaker box day. They do take longer to make shaker boxes. So, I mean, his belly isn't a shaker box, but it's stuffed full. Or pouch, I should say. It's not really a belly. But that's a shaker box. And then these 2 cards are shaker boxes. So they take a little longer to make. Okay. All right, you guys, are you ready for the story? And I will be back next Monday. I don't have any plans for a while, so I should be here every Monday unless something weird goes on. Does my library have a community meeting room? Yes, I believe we have some pretty decent libraries. The only problem is you have to be really quiet in these meeting rooms. I think we would be laughing and joking and having way too much fun. And I also don't think you can have food. I would like a place where we could like maybe order pizza or have some snacks out. You know, something like that. Maybe cookies or I know what you meant, Angela. I left long enough. I'm not allowed to leave for 2 weeks ever again. I know. I did have one video go live during that time. Not live, but post. I got it done right before I left. And I scheduled it to come out kind of in the middle, so I wouldn't be without anything on the channel. And I will be making more videos probably in September. This month, of course, I have so much real work, my regular job to do to catch up for being gone. But next month, I hope to really focus on the YouTube channel a lot more. And I have some great ideas for videos, millions of great ideas. I just don't have the time to implement them. It's not so much making them, it's the editing. I absolutely hate editing videos, to be honest. I'm not a fan, but I have a newer computer now and it should make the editing go better. Church social rooms, that's a great idea, Desta. I think the one that I was thinking of is related to a church. The only problem is I want to make sure they are near a hotel. We actually do have a convention center in our town here. It's not big, but it's a hotel and it has meeting rooms. So I will look into the cost of all that stuff and see what I can come up with. Again, it's not near an airport. Something in Columbus, Ohio would be nearer to an airport, but then again, it's going to be a lot more money. So I'll look around and see. The town I live in is over an hour away from the airport. So that would be harder to get people to it if you don't rent a car. It would be nice to be able to go somewhere where you don't have to rent a car to get to wherever we're having the convention. Like you could just Uber a hotel with a place. So I'll have to look around. Everything I know of is far from a hotel. I mean, from an airport. So we'll have to figure that out. I don't know if people would drive or fly, probably a combination of both. But we'll figure it out. I'll do some research and come up with some stuff. And if anybody wants to be part of, one of the planners, maybe we can get a Facebook chat going on with people that want to plan it. Just let me know. We'll figure something out and we'll figure out a date. And I know it's not going to please everyone, but I'd like to have it where it pleases most people, the time frame and stuff like that. So, but I'll work it out and I'll put some posts up in Facebook about it as well as I find some things out, kind of just throwing some things out there. It's of course in the very rough planning stages now. We'll have to see how much interest there is, how many people would be coming. If it's just 2 or 3 people or 5 people, maybe an Airbnb would work, with like a big living room area or dining table area. But if there's going to be 20 or 30 people, we would need a, more of a room. So if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, please do smash the thumbs up. Oh, we're not ready to run away, are we? I haven't read the story, but please do hit the thumbs up anyway. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click on that subscribe button. And I will read the Mad Lib. Let's do it, shall we? All right. The Mad Lib is one that I kind of laughed at when I saw. I was trying to find one about vacation or Australia. Of course, I didn't have one of those. But this one is how to go to sleep, because that's my issue, is sleep right now from jet lag. So I thought it would be pretty funny. All right, here we go. If you have trouble falling asleep, you probably have a likely mind. You must learn to relax so you will have a tiresome mind instead. First, drink a cup of hot peach tea and stretch out on a zealous bed in a mossy position. Then breathe clumsily and think about something beautiful, such as snotty pantaloons. Do not think about your amorous enemies or entertain any other grubby thoughts. Concentrate on something restful, such as kangaroos, which will make your barbecue rib more relaxed. Or count imaginary dolphins jumping over a hazelnut. Follow these fantastic rules and you will fall into a pimply sleep the minute your larynx hits the pillow. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed how to go to sleep. Snot. What are you green about? The snotty pantaloons? They are beautiful. It says, think about something beautiful, such as snotty pantaloons. That's my favorite line. You know, with all of these usually have a favorite line. Or the dolphins jumping over a hazelnut. I like that too. Anyway, there we go. That was our Mad Lib. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you as always. And we'll catch up in the Facebook group about some sort of a get-together. And until the next video, thank you for the hearts, whoever threw those up. Till the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.